$5 billion power plant that was supposed to provide cheap energy.
Tonight, an exclusive 5 on Your Side investigation reveals why Cleveland and cities all across the Midwest are paying much more than they bargained for. Chief Investigator Ron Regan joining us now with what he's found out.
Well, we found out that for the rest of the country, the cost of electric power is at an all-time low, but not for Cleveland and cities across Ohio. That's because they're part owners of that $5 billion plant, an expensive deal that's increased bills for some and raised fears of rate hikes for others.
It didn't turn out to be the best deal.
Don Folds is city council president in Galion, Ohio, one of 60 cities across the state, including Cleveland, that helped build this, a $5 billion power plant, hundreds of miles away in southern Illinois.
We really want an investigation into what were we sold.
Cleveland Councilman Brian Cummins.
We have a lot of questions.
Just 1 year after producing its first spark, our investigation found half the plant will soon be shut down. Documents we obtained from federal regulators reveal design and construction deficiencies, an extended outage this fall for Unit 1, a second outage for Unit 2 next spring, and overall operations below expectations, just 62% capacity. Meanwhile, Cleveland and cities across the Midwest are paying more than twice what they were promised for electricity.
We are locked into what is perceived right now to be a very expensive coal power project, which we have full liability for the cost of.
And many are now worried about being forced to pass on increased costs to ratepayers.
So if we would experience a number of increases billing to us, we may be forced to increase those rates.
And our investigation found it already has. Rate hikes made headlines for 3 cities in northern Illinois this summer. One Missouri town even dumped its contract with Prairie State, calling it a toxic asset.
It seems that things have gotten even worse than we expected a year ago.
Sandy Buchanan is with the Institute for Energy Economics, an advocacy group that opposes coal-fired power plants.
Is that plant producing electricity for cities at the rate it promised?
No, it's not producing at the rate it promised.
In fact, in this letter from the power company behind the deal, cities were warned rates were higher than anticipated.
Will this mean that my electric bill could go up as a result?
It certainly could.
Cleveland Councilman Brian Cummins and 4 other cities are asking Ohio's Attorney General to investigate.
What we were told back in 2007 relative to providing us lower than market cost of power clearly does not seem to be the case.
Prairie State by itself is not going to increase rates.
Even so, Cleveland's Public Utilities Director is spending $200,000 for a consultant to review Cleveland's energy needs and find new solutions.
We're going to have to make some decisions about Prairie State along with all of our power supplies.
It's a report that could be ready by the end of this year.
Is this still a good deal for Cleveland?
Look, this is a contract we committed to. It's something we're counting on at this point. It is delivering power to us. You're right, it's more expensive than we originally anticipated.
And we're not the only ones investigating. The U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission is also looking into business dealings that led cities like Cleveland investing millions in it. And for the record, neither the power plant nor American Municipal Power that helped broker that deal returned our calls or emails. I'm Chief Investigator Ron Regan.
Now